Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, my TV remote suddenly stopped working. I pressed the power button several times, but the TV didn't respond at all. I even tried tapping the remote lightly, but nothing changed. This suggests that there may be a problem inside the remote, so I'll inspect it more carefully to find the cause. First, I'll check whether the two batteries inside the remote still have enough power. I'll use a multimeter to measure the voltage of each battery. When I touch the two probes to the terminals of the first battery, the multimeter shows approximately 1.05 V. Next, I test the other battery. This time, the multimeter shows approximately 1.19 V. The results show that both batteries still have voltage and are not the reason why the remote isn't working. So, the problem is likely somewhere inside the remote. Next, I'll remove the outer casing to inspect it and find out why it has stopped working. Next, I separate the different parts of the remote so I can inspect and repair it more thoroughly. Usually, some of the most common problem areas are the circuit board and the rubber button pad. After long-term use, dust, oils from our hands, or light oxidation can build up on the contact points, causing the buttons to transmit signals to the circuit board less reliably. First, I'll clean the most important component, which is the circuit board. I spray a small amount of WD-40 onto the surface of the circuit board. This helps remove dirt and residue from the surface and can also help clean light oxidation around the contact areas. Then, I use a cotton swab to carefully clean the individual components on the circuit board. I gently scrub around the contact points, especially the areas that receive signals from the buttons, to remove any accumulated dirt and residue. I do this carefully to avoid damaging the small components on the circuit board. Once the cleaning is complete, the circuit board will be cleaner and ready for the next inspection step. Next, I use a heat gun to dry the surface of the circuit board, removing any remaining moisture and helping prevent dampness from affecting the electrical contact points. In the next step, I'll clean the power button on the rubber button pad. I spray a small amount of WD-40 onto the power button area and then use a cotton swab to gently clean around it, removing dust and residue. Next, I'll make a conductive contact piece for the power button using a small piece of aluminum foil and adhesive tape. First, I cut a small piece of aluminum foil and a piece of adhesive tape to a suitable size. Then, I place the aluminum foil onto the adhesive tape to create a thin contact piece. Next, I use scissors to trim the piece to match the size of the power button, making sure it fits properly inside the rubber button pad. Then, I place the aluminum foil piece inside the power button. I use a screwdriver to carefully adjust its position so that it stays centered and doesn't move when the button is pressed. The aluminum foil provides an additional conductive surface, helping improve the electrical contact between the rubber button and the contact point on the circuit board when the power button is pressed. After completing the repair, I reassemble all the parts of the remote and put the two batteries back into place. Now, I'll take the remote for a real-world test to see if it can work again. I point the remote at the TV and press the power button. And this time, the TV responds immediately. I continue testing a few other buttons, and they all work normally. So, the remote that seemed to be completely broken is now working again with just a few simple cleaning and repair steps. If your remote is experiencing a similar problem, you may want to check these areas before deciding to buy a new one. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more repair tips and interesting DIY projects in the next videos.